Writing. The summer heat hung over the city long after sunset. Streets that had been crowded only hours earlier were now nearly empty, illuminated by the glow of streetlights and the occasional passing car. Most people were settling into their homes, unaware that a dramatic chain of events was about to unfold. Officer Daniel Carter was nearing the end of his shift when a call crackled through his radio. Several witnesses had reported a masked man breaking into a jewelry store and fleeing before patrol units arrived. Security cameras showed the suspect carrying a backpack and heading toward an abandoned industrial district on the edge of town. Daniel immediately responded. Beside him sat Titan, a German Shepherd police dog with years of training and experience. Titan had assisted in dozens of operations, from locating missing people to helping officers find suspects hiding in difficult terrain. He was calm, focused, and alert. Within minutes, multiple patrol cars converged on the industrial district. The area consisted of aging warehouses, narrow alleys, rusted fences, and abandoned lots. It was the perfect place for someone trying to disappear. Officers established a perimeter while Daniel prepared Titan for tracking. The dog stepped from the vehicle and instantly began analyzing the scents around him. His posture changed as he focused on a specific trail. "Good boy," Daniel said quietly. Titan moved forward with confidence. The search began. The suspect believed darkness would protect him. He moved through the maze of warehouses, occasionally glancing behind him to ensure nobody was following. His heart pounded. Every distant siren sounded closer than the last. He had planned the burglary carefully. What he had not planned for was the speed of the police response. Several blocks away, Titan continued tracking. The dog ignored countless distractions. Old machinery, scattered debris, and other scents surrounded him, but he remained locked onto the trail. The officers followed cautiously. A witness suddenly reported seeing movement near an abandoned factory. Patrol units redirected toward the location while Daniel and Titan continued advancing. As they approached the factory grounds, they noticed signs of recent activity. A chain-link fence had been bent open. Fresh footprints were visible in patches of dirt. The suspect had definitely passed through. Daniel radioed the information to the other units. Inside the factory grounds, silence dominated everything. Broken windows reflected moonlight, weeds pushed through cracked pavement. The massive structure looked abandoned for decades. Titan stopped briefly, his ears perked up, then he pulled forward again. The scent was getting stronger. The officers entered through a side opening and moved carefully through the dark interior. Flashlights swept across empty rooms filled with dust and rusting equipment. Somewhere inside, a loud crash echoed. Everyone froze. The noise had come from an upper level. Daniel looked toward the staircase. The suspect had made a mistake. He was still inside. Officers positioned themselves strategically while additional units secured possible exits. The goal remained simple: resolve the situation safely. Daniel called out, "Police, come out with your hands visible." His voice echoed throughout the factory. No response, only silence. Titan stared toward the upper floor. The suspect, hidden behind a stack of old equipment, tried to control his breathing. Sweat dripped down his face. He knew officers were closing in. For several moments, nobody moved. Then another noise. A metal pipe rolled across the floor. The sound immediately revealed the suspect's location. Officers advanced toward the area while continuing to issue instructions. The suspect panicked. Instead of surrendering, he rushed deeper into the factory. The chase resumed. Titan surged forward under Daniel's control, following the suspect's path through narrow corridors and cluttered rooms. Every turn increased the tension. The suspect pushed through a doorway and entered a large warehouse section filled with abandoned machinery. Moonlight streamed through broken skylights above. His breathing grew heavier. His legs felt weaker. He had been running for nearly an hour. Meanwhile, Titan showed no signs of slowing down. The dog's training and determination kept him focused on the objective. The suspect climbed a staircase leading to an elevated platform. From there, he searched desperately for another escape route. There was none. The exits below were covered. Police units surrounded the building. For the first time, he realized the situation was hopeless. Still, fear clouded his judgment. Daniel reached the lower level and called out again. "You can end this safely. Come down and surrender." The suspect looked around nervously. His options were disappearing. Titan remained beside Daniel, alert and ready but completely disciplined. Despite the intensity of the situation, the dog waited patiently for instructions. Seconds passed, then minutes. The standoff continued. Officers remained calm. No one rushed. No one escalated unnecessarily. Eventually the suspect attempted to move across the elevated platform toward a maintenance ladder. The old metal structure groaned beneath his weight. Suddenly a section collapsed. The suspect lost his balance. He managed to grab a railing before falling completely, but the incident left him shaken. Reality finally hit him. He could keep running and risk serious injury, or he could surrender peacefully. Daniel spoke again. His voice remained steady. "It's over. Come down safely." The suspect looked at the officers below. Then he looked at Titan. The police dog never barked. Never lunged. Never acted recklessly. He simply watched. Waiting. Ready. The suspect slowly raised his hands. A wave of relief spread through the building. Officers carefully guided him down from the platform and took him into custody without further incident. The chase was over. Outside, emergency lights painted the night in shades of blue and red. Officers searched the suspect's backpack and recovered stolen jewelry from the burglary. Investigators later connected him to several similar crimes committed over the previous months. The arrest represented a major breakthrough. Yet the story did not end there. The following day, local news stations reported on the operation. Security footage, witness statements, and police accounts highlighted how the search had unfolded. Many viewers became fascinated by Titan. People wanted to know more about the police dog who had tracked the suspect across multiple city blocks and helped bring the incident to a peaceful conclusion. Daniel was invited to speak at several community events. At one school presentation, children gathered eagerly around Titan. "Is he dangerous?" one boy asked. Daniel smiled. "He's highly trained," he replied. "His job is to help keep people safe." The children listened carefully. Daniel explained how police dogs undergo extensive training and develop strong bonds with their handlers. Trust, discipline, and consistency formed the foundation of every successful K9 team. Titan sat calmly throughout the presentation, accepting attention from excited students. The children loved him. Months passed. Titan continued working alongside Daniel. Together they located missing hikers, assisted during search operations, and helped officers investigate difficult cases. One winter evening, they responded to a report of a lost elderly man suffering from memory problems. Temperatures were dropping rapidly. Time was critical. Titan tracked the man through a wooded area and located him before exposure became life-threatening. The rescue earned praise throughout the community. Stories like that reminded Daniel why he valued his partner so much. Many people only saw the dramatic moments. The flashing lights, the arrests, the headlines. But the reality of police work often involved helping people during their worst moments. Titan played an important role in that mission. Years later, after countless successful operations, Titan began slowing down. Gray fur appeared around his muzzle. His movements became less energetic. Retirement approached. The department organized a small ceremony to honor his service. Officers who had worked with Titan over the years attended the event. Many shared stories. Some remembered difficult searches. Others remembered successful rescues. A few recalled moments when Titan's instincts had prevented dangerous situations from becoming worse. When Daniel stepped forward to speak, the room became quiet. He looked at his longtime partner. "This dog never asked for recognition," he said. "He simply showed up every day and did his job. Because of him, people were found, crimes were solved, and lives were protected." The audience applauded. Titan wagged his tail. After retirement, Daniel adopted Titan permanently. The dog spent his days relaxing at home instead of chasing suspects through warehouses and factories. Sometimes they visited community events together. Children still recognized him. People still asked about the famous factory chase years earlier. Daniel always told the same story. The most important part wasn't the pursuit. It wasn't the arrest. It wasn't the headlines. The real lesson was that every person involved had opportunities to make better decisions. The officers chose patience. The K9 team relied on training and discipline. And eventually, the suspect chose surrender over continued resistance. Because of those choices, everyone went home safely. As Titan lay peacefully on a porch one evening, watching the sun disappear beyond the horizon, Daniel reflected on everything they had experienced together. The long nights, the difficult searches, the successful rescues, the unforgettable factory chase. Through it all, one thing remained constant. Trust. Trust between a handler and his dog. Trust in training. Trust in teamwork. And that trust had transformed countless dangerous situations into safe outcomes, proving that even the wildest encounters could end without tragedy when patience, professionalism, and good judgment prevailed.